Okay, I have another original effect to share with you today. Now, I don't know if you know this, but some cards have a higher psychic resonance than others. And so I'm going to try to make a really good selection here of cards that hopefully will help us pull off some magic together. Okay, so let me gather these. So these are truly randomized cards, I think, as you can see. Okay, now for this we actually only need 8 cards, and normally in a deck of cards I can find at least 8 psychic ones. So let me just, in fact that looks like a good one right off. Let's see, so let me just see if I can find, yeah, that feels good. Yep. Yeah, I think that one would work. Okay, any others? I'm kind of going through, I'm running out of cards in the deck here. Okay, maybe that one, I don't know. Well, we'll take a chance on that one there. Okay, so I have 8 psychic cards here to work with. So why don't we go ahead and give them a mix? Okay, there is a chance that you saw what I selected because of the camera. Now, if you were here, I'd have you randomly cut the cards wherever you would like. Okay, very good. And now what I'm going to do is deal out, let's say, half the cards. In reality, we could have dealt out any number that we wanted. Okay, and I need you to kind of bring these together. Okay, so however they happen to bump up against each other and interlace will be just great. Okay, and now what I need you to do is to tell me kind of how to build 4 pairs here, 1 layer at a time. So where would you like this one? Right there. What about this one? Up here, down there, and then here. Now, which of these would you like me to pick up first? Top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right. Okay, that's just fine. And then I'll go ahead and just give it another mix here just to really scramble these. In fact, why don't we give you a chance to randomly cut it again wherever you would like. Okay, very good. And now from here I'm going to do a Klondike shuffle. I don't know if you've seen a Klondike shuffle before. So you take the top and bottom off as one, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and just kind of separate these. 4 here and then 4 here, like that. Okay, so we just split it in half. I have a written prediction off to the side that you may have noticed. So what did I predict would happen after all of this crazy mixing here? Each set of 4 cards will have exactly 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade, and 1 diamond. Okay, is that true? So there should be 1 of each suit in each of the 4. Wait a second. Okay, we have 2 diamonds here. We don't have a club. That's not good. Oh, we have an extra club here. No diamonds. What the heck went wrong here? Oh, yep. Oh, wow. Look at this. Didn't work? No, it didn't work. Did I mess up somewhere? Let's see. It's just... Did you remember to finish with a Serpentine Klondike? I did not. I did a regular Klondike. Okay, so I think these were on the bottom. Let's just restack those. Okay, let's try it again. A Serpentine Klondike. Let me show you what that is. This is where you pull off a pair, left, right, and then the serpentine is referring to kind of a snaking back and forth, depending on how many cards you have. So instead of putting the next pair here, we go in reverse order. That's a serpentine. Okay, did I hopefully remedy the problem here? Let's just take a look. I hope so. Okay, do we have a club, heart, spade, and diamond in each? We do indeed. Okay, so how does this work? Well, it's using a few principles. It is using the Gilbreth principle at one stage, and the more astute, more experienced magicians will probably know that, which is fine. But the fact is we went way beyond the Gilbreth principle here. Okay, so what did I do for my selection process? Well, I just pretended that some cards are more psychic than others. Okay, so I did something like a club, heart, and then I looked for a spade, diamond. Oh, diamond, right? Diamond right there. You don't say it, right, as you do that. And then you just repeat. So we essentially need a cyclic. So maybe I go, oh, that's a good one. Club, and then heart. I don't know, heart right there. Really make it look like you're struggling to find one that just speaks to you, that you can kind of feel that psychic presence, and then a diamond. Okay, so the bottom line is the organization of these 8 cards is cyclic relative to suits. So here, I guess, because of how I set them down, so it's diamond, spade, heart, club, diamond, spade, heart, club. Okay, so that's cyclic, the 2 cycle length, 4. Now, because of that, you can do a Charlier shuffle or randomly cut it. It won't hurt it, okay? And then from there, all I did was you can deal out any number of cards. Now, I deal out 4. It just makes the Rosette shuffle a little easier. But technically, for the Gilbreth shuffle, which is what we're doing right now, you can deal out any number, normally about half. Maybe we'll do 3 this time. And then you can do a Riffle shuffle, or in this case, since the packets are so small, do a Rosette shuffle, and then have the Spectator bring those together, however they will. Okay, so the Gilbreth principle is in force now. So what do we know to be true? We know that each set of 4 taken from the top will have a club, heart, spade, and diamond in some order, okay? Now, we're not done, but we do know something about structure here. Okay, and so what we didn't show this, right? We just know that each set of 4 as a group is related, is a special set of 4. Okay, so what did I do? I just set out 4 piles. So it's like these are all, between all 4 of these, there's a club, heart, spade, diamond in some order. Same thing here. So it actually doesn't matter where you put these, okay? Because what's going to happen is, now when we stack these, this will now be cyclic relative to those 2 sets of 4 that have 1 of each of the 4 suits. Well, since it's cyclic, you can go ahead and Charlier shuffle this, or have the Spectator randomly cut, which is what I did twice, I think. Okay. And then what I did from there is I just did a Klondike shuffle, ordinary Klondike. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the mathematics for the final step. I'll show you the mechanics so you could do it. But if you stop here, you will not get the sets of 4 that you want. Okay, so I did a regular Klondike, and then I essentially put out sets of 4. You remember that? Okay, let me do it this way. I put out sets of 4. And then you're going to fail in some way. You won't have club, heart, spade, diamond here, the same thing there, okay? And then if you remember, I pulled out the written prediction that, in fact, said something that wasn't true about these sets of 4. And then I said, it didn't work. Nope. And then, did you remember to finish with a Serpentine Klondike? Okay, so that's all part of the routine, all part of the narrative here. You pretend that you messed up. You were supposed to perform a special kind of Klondike, not an ordinary one. Okay, so these were the bottom cards. You just put them on top of these, like that. Now, it ends up that a Klondike, regular Klondike, followed by a Serpentine Klondike, is what is needed to pull apart these cards in such a way that you'll have a club, heart, spade, diamond here, and a club, heart, spade, diamond here. Okay? So that Klondike that I claimed was a mistake is essential. It's part of it. And then you go ahead and, supposedly fix your correction by doing a Serpentine Klondike, which you need to do for this to work. And so this is where you take the top and bottom off, and then you go into a right pile. Now, instead of going here, normally you do like left, right. You go right and then left. And you're guaranteed to have actually pulled together sets of cards where there's a club, heart, spade, diamond within each. Okay, so I think I've shown you, well, I've certainly have shown you all of the mechanics. Some of the mathematics goes beyond the video I'm hoping to share here. But this routine can be done right away, as is. It gets a wonderful reaction. I think partly because spectators like when the performer sweats a bit or supposedly makes a mistake. Okay, and here, that's all part of the act. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.